everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another top cut of a Chalislime Monthly. It is February of 2022, and we are about to watch some true adventure gaming. I am joined, like usual, by co-commentator Sir Eminon. Sir Eminon, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty well. Glad to be here on the cast as usual. Gotta say though, this format is man, I haven't felt this way about a format since like Secret Slayers.
It's really good, is what you mean. You love it.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah, this format is a little crusty, but I will say that as much as I expected, like silly scythe decks to dominate, it turns out the decks that rose to the top were the decks that do not give one. We're still in the first 30 seconds of the video. Crap about cards like that. We have a top 16 comprised of 3 Fluwanderies, 3 Eldritch, 2 apiece of Try and Invoke Dogmatica Shadow, and then 1 apiece of Adventure Prankid, Drytron, Dragonlink, Adventure Plunder, Raid Raptor, Time Thief, Xyz nonsense, and our Soul X3 because one of the X2s had to go somewhere. Cursed Eyes on Quantum.
This is leave it to the Chalislime Monthly to represent these decks. I gotta say though, no Mech Knights. That's the new one.
It's refreshing, I will say. It is very refreshing. So I did promise Coda that I would feature them if they made it, and honestly, really excited to just look at Adventure Plunder. It just looks so absolutely capable in a way that Plunder hasn't really ever. So they're going to be playing against Going Down Swinging, who has won a Chalislime Monthly in the past on this deck, IDS. It is going to be a rough road to toe for the boys in boats, but I think that they can probably do it.
I'm not gonna lie, in terms of the Plunder deck, you're gonna be doing the heavy lifting on that one because I still have not read most of these cards.
Yeah, no, that's completely fine. I have read all of them, and honestly, unfortunately, the biggest strength of a Plunder is that if your opponent, like, their eyes glass over and they refuse to read every single word of text on the card, you automatically win. You, like, literally just cannot lose.
Yeah, that is for sure. And I guess we'll see who wins the die roll. I don't know if
this could be either
Plunder
of them.
is going second.
Plunder is pretty bad going first, to be honest. If you are the Plunder player, whoa, the Ash Blossom coming down here. I imagine that the IDS player is going first because Plunder would always banish 6. Yeah, down comes the Magical Meltdown afterwards. So the thing with Plunder is you really want to go second because your opponent will just have so many different types and attributes in rotation, you'll like have unlocked your extra deck. But you realistically can't go second because of how just explosive and how many Omnis the average deck puts up these days. A scenario like this against IDS is actually really, really good for you because you know your opponent's probably going to end on like one piece of interaction that they can loop a couple of times. Unless they find exactly the shadow line, it's an amount of negations that you are very comfortable chewing through, and it's a bunch of really advantageous types for you. Makaba is on field, that's Plunder Patrol Liss. Almirage is in graveyard, that's Plunder Patrol ship Bran. Alistair is in the mix as well, that's Plunder Patrol ship Moark. So every type unlocked, just get through this one negate.
Yeah, and we've seen that actually IDS has kind of fallen off a bit in popularity this format in general because I think the power level of the game has risen substantially with the introduction of the adventure package. And so like you see decks like, I don't know if you've seen like the base deck, aka like Brave Tenyi. There's a lot of different variations on like the Synchro Tenyi Brave deck. And like we're seeing the deck incorporate souls now, just like a lot of stuff. Like obviously Phantom Knight is still scythe locking people left and right. We have Dragonlink, which is also still in the mix. So just like a really high power format. And you know, unless again, like you mentioned, if you can't find Schism exactly, IDS has a tough time keeping up. That said, though, there's still a lot of hand traps that the deck can play and a lot of flex spots to be able to adapt to the metagame. And we see Ash on the Enchantress, which is pretty reasonable.
I think that was Ash on the Shipyard discarding Enchantress.
Oh, was it? Okay,
it's
never
so
mind.
rough. I mean, Enchantress is such a high value card, and one thing that Plunder I think is making use of more than any other adventure deck is how you can just sort of plus off of the activations of the Brave stuff, right? Like here, we're going to be able to use the effect of Bluebeard in the graveyard to send the Draco back and cycle for a card that actually matters. Then we'll be able to attach the Draco back at resolution. We don't even have to commit to something like a Bluebeard, and we've already outed our opponent's entire board. All we need here is like an extender, something like a Black Eyes, and then we'll be able to just accomplish everything.
That's actually a pretty cool interaction. And now we get to use the Draco back to outpower the board for free. Gonna target the set card.
It's Infip. Ooh, that is... Boy, that could have been really, really bad.
Has Macabre been used?
There it is. So if it has not, this is where you have to use it, unfortunately. Well.
Does resolve. So that is pretty solid.
Yeah, and if you're the IDS player, this is just not a matchup you really want to see, right? Like, Dracoback does so much against your deck. It contests every single individual negate. Your way to out-grind decks that do more than you is to sit on, like, a Winda, and of course Dracoback can out that. No good position ever to activate Macabre here before we got our Omni online. We're going to discard the Redbeard. We can even trigger the Redbeard to put it onto the Blackbeard, so we can use the battle phase to contest the Macabre. This is just, like, super strong.
Yeah, and, I mean, we know there's, like, Alistair follow-up, but yeah, if you don't, like, see the Dogmatica stuff, which, you know, is less consistent now with Nadir Servant going to 2, it's going to be a rough time for sure. Because you're going to have to play through a lot of interruptions with your singular engine card. And that is definitely going to be rough.
Ooh, the Nibiru coming down. That's pretty killer. Obviously, Nibiru very good against Plunder. They basically don't have any setup combos that don't take 5. We are going to go for the Macabre here. I'm
going to banish a
But now both players are in a very weird position, right? There's no follow-up for the IDS player. They can't out the token with the Nibiru. And the Plunder player has a resolved Shipyard. So all we need to get is an additional turn, and we are back in business. That is the literal best draw in the deck. Holy guacamole.
We could even like not use the Ecclesia effect if we wanted to and go Verte. But it looks like we are just going to go for a Maximus play.
Yeah. So there is some stuff that we can do off of the Maximus in Plunder. We can use the Toad that's in the extra deck we saw Coda playing earlier to add one of the Plunder Patrols back to hand, probably the Black Eyes. And, like, it's just a really weird position to be in. Yeah, the App Cologne here. Well, the App Cologne isn't even really good, right?
Yeah, no, because there's no way to get Construct into the graveyard here, because we didn't open Nadir Servant, or we didn't top deck the Nadir Servant, rather.
Yeah, so we get to... Oh my god, we're using the Entis to pop the Journey of Destiny. I can't imagine that's true. Wow, just no respect whatsoever for the Plunder half of the deck. Honestly, I think at this position, that's what you're scared of.
And there's not even a way to out this token either.
Yeah, like we could just switch the token to attack. So we're extra locked. We can resolve App Cologne to do what? Add Schism to hand and then immediately send it to the grave?
Are we on like main decked Aerial? No.
I mean, main decked Aerial doesn't even accomplish what you want here, right?
Yeah, realizing that there is nothing to pitch here.
Yeah, like that was obviously like one of the better draws remaining in the deck and one of the sickest lines, but like I mean, this is the thing with Plunder, and I think people are going to start learning this as the deck, if this, like, propels the deck into meta contention. Shipyard, you cannot let them get back to their turn with the Shipyard. Like, and there aren't a lot of good ways to get rid of it, because you can get it back to your side of the field by returning any Plunder spell trap or monster in the spell trap zone back to your hand. But Shipyard is, like, maybe a +6. It is unreal how much advantage you can get off of this card.
Oh, gosh, even finding, like, another right... And yeah, that's like only the beginning.
Yeah. So we get 2 Black Eyes here. We put a Plunder back in hand. Just important to have any Plunder. We can pitch the second Shipyard. Wow, for the Shipyard here. We're going to be able to get that back into rotation too. Go for the Whitebeard. Have we normaled? We haven't.
We have not, no.
We can normal the Whitebeard. We can go into Blackbeard. We can trigger the Whitebeard, get a Redbeard. We can go Redbeard and the token for a Bran, and that's probably lethal. That's the other thing about Shipyard is it just means that any setup whatsoever is so close to lethal at all times. Like, this might be it. It doesn't look like it, but we'll get over the token for 2,000. We'll get over the Ecclesia for 5. We'll get over the Maximus Dragma for 1. Then we've got an additional 3 and whatever the Blackbeard gets. So if we just tag into a Bran, I believe that is, if not exact, it's really close.
Yeah, and even if not, you have your plunder interruptions plus an Omni with Griffin Rider still on board. So,
wow.
Yeah, there's not really any comeback potential here for IDS.
I just can't help but think that was an exceptionally weird Maximus.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe some of the targets were Banish Shock Prosperity, but like,
that's actually a good call. It could have been like, you move the construct. Because of prosperity, that's usually a pretty consistent prosperity banish. I guess if you feel as if you are not going to go through an Ecclesia line, you're comfortable sending the Titan Clad. But no matter what happens, I mean, oof, that was a rough one.
And wow, just the ability for the plunder cards to really like help push through the board there. Like playing through 3 hand traps and Macabre and having like enough follow-up to play the next turn. Like that was really impressive.
Yeah. I will say, we have seen Coda on camera do this, where they take a really quick game 1, and then by game 3, they have just been completely blown out of the water. So this is by no means over. If there's any deck that can jam a ton of hand traps into their main, it's IDS. And if there's any deck that can set up a really powerful lock that Plunder can't interact with, it's IDS. So, like, while this is a good matchup for Plunder, a lot can still go wrong.
Yeah, so what would you say are like the more critical choke points for Plunder if you're looking like sideboard against the deck?
So Nibiru is really, really good against Plunder. They just don't have really capable turn 1 setups that don't go 5. You are probably looking... Ash Blossom is really good because it's also a negation tool against any of their monsters.
Right, because they have to add or draw a card, right? Or add.
DPE isn't fantastic, but it can complicate things, especially with the Brave engine in the mix. The frustrating part is just like all of the choke points for Plunder are just resolved by the Brave stuff. So you can commit to a ton of summons on Brave before you ever have to run up against, any meaningful piece of interaction. And you don't want to get into a grind game with this deck. So whatever you're doing, you're looking for an explosive, negation-oriented start. And you want the game to be over by the end of your opponent's turn 2.
Yeah, and well, here is Meltdown for the second game.
That's a good one.
This time we have Fusion Destiny.
That's better.
Pretty good.
This gives you like a little bit of longevity, but honestly, I don't think it's enough to keep up with Plunder, especially if they have like access to Shipyard. One thing that I think is really overlooked against Plunder that people should be considering is Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cycloning the Shipyard is like a huge deal. There's a lot of scenarios where you can use Cosmic on an attached like Redbeard to turn what would be a quick effect into a slow effect. Droplet coming down here, huge. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Those are that's insane. Wow. All right, Whitebeard triggers off of the Droplet send.
That is pretty good.
Decent.
All right, not even needing the Brave stuff here. We're just gonna go play with our Plunder cards, summoning out Golden Hair.
So, this is why we go for the Redbeard off of the Whitebeard here. We can threaten Bran and then equip the Redbeard and quick banish, but going for Blackbeard is really strange. Oh, that explains it. Ugh. So called by good on Golden Hair. That is a really decent time to fire it. But the Draco back the send, I mean, that's the tax of playing Adventure, right? Sometimes you draw Draco back, sometimes you draw Griffin Rider.
Yeah, and this is like, I don't imagine this is one of those decks where like hard drawing Griffin Rider isn't bad because you can use it as like synchro material or something.
This is just a really awkward place to be in because if we don't have Shipyard access, we actually can't clear these monsters. Oh no. Going for the effect of Lissier means we're going to special summon this Blackbeard back to keep it live for next turn. And if we are getting to next turn, wow, that's rough. We can list to negate that, but that's going to put us so far behind. we need a way to get rid of these defense position monsters. That's the only way we get back into this. And even then, we have to contend with Alistair. Yeah, I honestly would have considered.
DP.
I think honestly, I would have considered letting the Nibiru resolve.
I'm gonna banish
right?
a light and a dark.
You keep the Whitebeard in the hand. You just have to beat the Alistair line. Like that's rough for sure, but.
Yeah, because if Nibiru resolves, then DPE like wouldn't come back.
Token collector.
Like, oh my god!
Come on. Yeah, this is definitely the end of the game. And like this is what I was saying. Like that Forbidden Droplet looked really good, but in reality, it just wasn't. Maybe it was weird because the Forbidden Droplet was both like your way to cheese the Makaba, but also your starter because you need to get the Whitebeard into the graveyard. So you can't get them to minus themselves, potentially pitching something like the Alistair or a must-play hand trap before you fire it off. It's kind of crusty.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's kind of a demonstration of like some of the weaknesses of Plunder when you don't see like the Brave package to help like force stuff.
Yeah, I mean we saw a part of the Brave package, the wrong part.
Yeah, true.
Droplet was a 2-for-2, right? Well, that would imply that those monsters left the field, chat, and they didn't.
Yeah. Maybe you definitely like do just let
I think you let that
resolve.
nib go.
Yeah, and just hope.
Okay, good
well,
start.
Going first with the Brave package, pretty good.
So you get to do this before you commit to any Plunder anything, which is crazy. One thing that Plunder's really good at is playing a bunch of hand traps and drawing into too many of them, if that makes sense. Like, especially going first, you don't want to draw like 3 hand traps. But Bluebeard usually helps smooth out your draws, and Bluebeard is just so good with the Brave package. Oh, we're pitching the Ash here. That's interesting.
You're not drawing enough good engine to get value.
I think actually what this is telegraphing, and we've seen this a couple of times, is that we have the Shipyard in hand. Because if they're pitching something that isn't the Dracoback, usually it means they're setting the Shipyard and then pitching the Dracoback for the cost of Shipyard. Okay, so that's not Shipyard, but it's the same thing, right? Golden Hair pitch Dracoback is another way you can kind of recoup the loss of the material necessary for the Plunder Patrols. So if we're ending on 1 Omni plus Blackbeard, I think we're happy with it. Whoa!
Oh.
Why did we do that?
Oh, they're saying they misclicked. I know you have chat off, but I have chat on, and they misclicked.
No.
They literally just misclicked.
That's going to cost them the game.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's terrible.
You hate to see it. You actually do. Imperm on the Griffin Rider, and
you gotta take it,
all
yeah.
the plays are going to resolve. And we also pitched Ash Blossom. Maybe we have a second copy. But...
Could be.
Wow,
I mean,
that's rough.
This isn't the worst position to be in. There are hands of Invokes that don't actually do that much. And if we can get through this turn with, like, say, just a Makaba, then we can definitely win on the Crackback with a Golden Hair and Grave. But
yeah,
big if.
Pretty much, we have to hope that they don't, like, get away into, like, Ecclesia into Fleur de Lis to just push for a ton of damage. But...
yeah. I mean, I think you are prepared to always contend with Makaba.
Mm-hmm. This is the portion of the deck that did not get hit.
Oh, we did
okay,
have the
we
other
did
Ash
have the
Blossom.
second
Good
Ash.
call on your
Okay.
part. Oh, man.
Oh, okay. We'll just have all the answers, I suppose.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Well, we know one of the cards is Dracoback, and I don't think the other card is known on the side of Coda, but...
It's not.
Oof. Like, the game state is going to become so much, or super simplified.
Yeah. So we'll go Makaba here, and then it's a question of, like, do we have Ecclesia?
Yeah, do we have Ecclesia? Do we have Fusion Destiny? Do we have Nadir Servant?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, there's Maximus.
That's pretty good. That is pretty decent. And you're in a weird position as the Plunder player, too, because, like, you want to be using Toad to get, like, a Black Eyes into rotation, but, like, you can't Toad back the Golden Hair. Like, who cares?
Well, this is going to represent Schism now.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, like there is still the adventure package, but I imagine, oh, we're gonna go for Titaniclad over Entis to pop the Fateful Adventure. That's pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
Because
So
Fateful Adventure can like add Enchantress, pitch Enchantress, banish to search for right, and then you get the token back, and you have the Draco back in hand already, so you can force like Winda that way, or you can clear it afterward.
whoa, what was that? The discard off
Ooh,
the Apcolone
pitching
was Celestial, so we don't have to beat
Celestial.
DPE this game. Yo, call me
Very
crazy. I think
interesting.
this is like a winnable game.
I think so too. I think it's winnable for Plunder.
It depends on. So this is kind of what separates a lot of the time good players from great players is the ability to like make a misplay and
I'm
not
gonna banish a
immediately
light
lose the
and dark.
game. Not like get so in your head that you're like, oh, I'm so freaking stupid. Like if there is a deck that can capitalize on a board like this, it's Plunder. So we're gonna have to beat exactly this board plus Fleur-de-Lis.
Well, we also know that there's going to be Fleur-de-Lis, there's going to be Makaba, and there is going to be the Schism, of course.
The
You know, Alistair in
Schism.
hand.
The Schism's weird. If they don't have a spell in hand, we can just go through the right line and threaten the Schism, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because we didn't
'Cause
clear Fateful Adventure.
Yeah, and we kept the Draco back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the Journey of Destiny.
Yeah, we don't even need to worry about Griffin Rider here. We just need to get access to our adventure stuff.
I just hate this. I hate this shit, dude. I hate that Aquamancer can be pitched and then can activate in the graveyard.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
It is very, very broken. This card also adds back from graveyard, by the way.
Awesome. I just love it. It's so cool. It's...
Yeah. I've seen some people play around with Ghost Spell this format. Just like to hit Aquamancer.
That is a really, really early Schism.
Yeah, very, very much so. The token is Earth as well.
So we can't like Shekinaga out the token. There's the window.
Imagine.
So the only reason I would assume they're doing this is they have a spell in hand.
There
and
has to be a
the Draco back.
spell. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. If that, oh my god, it gets worse.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Wow.
We can even pitch the Jacob back and then equip it.
Whoa, that's so strong. We can get the Makaba and the Winda here. Oh my gosh, and we have Golden Hair Engraved. This is, it's a huge turn. This is an enormous turn.
Yeah.
All right, Coda, let's see it. I don't think
all we have to play through is Fleur-de-Lis.
The last card?
I don't think we do. Because there is one unknown from the last turn and then the top deck.
Ooh,
Bouncing the Schism.
I don't know if I like
that. Isn't
that. This is
choice.
the best draw in the goddamn deck.
Well, that seems pretty
Oh
good.
my lord. Oh my lord.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm with you.
It's kind of weird. You have to, yeah. I don't know about this.
So we're gonna token. Well, we can't clear both via.
Yeah, we can only clear
Dogmaticas.
one of them. I guess we could leave the Winda up theoretically, right? Like, there's no reason we have to clear the Winda.
Yeah, yeah. Like Droplet did its job.
And like Alistair is still in hand, so we maybe can't clear anything. We at least get the Dragma here, right? Oh, they're gonna force out the Alistair.
Yeah.
Oh, we're letting it happen, says. No, no.
Honestly, yeah, we just let the Makaba go here for IDS for sure.
Alright, so we can go main 2. We haven't normaled, have we? We can normal
we
the...
did not.
We kind of have to put our fucking faith in the light here, which is rough.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised they didn't, like, Draco back bounce one of the Dogmaticas and then, like, clear the other one.
Oh, we are not fucking around. Okay. So here's the fun line here. If we go to end phase... Oh, we're not going to do it. Damn. I was like, if we go to end phase, we can beat... what's his face? But this does it too. Whoa, why would you let them get this far? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. This is
now
such a big deal.
Right?
Yeah, so We can go Liss effect, special the Blackbeard back, pass turn, draw phase, Blackbeard into Mowork. And then we can, I don't know, banish the Maximus. They have to play under their own window. Fleur-de-Lis now?
Seems pretty late.
It's not only late, it literally does nothing. Oh my god, it only does something if the card in hand is Nibiru. Oh,
and it is, of course.
My lord. That is...
Of course.
That's unreal. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, but ready? Absurd. Are you ready? We haven't normaled. So we can, if we want, normal the golden hair and make Blackbeard again.
Yeah, well,
so if we do this and we pass back and we fire Blackbeard in draw phase, we can negate the Alistair provided the last card or the card on top of our deck is exactly a Plunder Patrol.
Yeah. Wow,
or at
this
least
is a very
we can
interesting
force
game.
them to go to main 2.
Okay, well, we know. Okay, that's another meltdown.
So that's a card that isn't something that stops the Alistair, right?
Yeah, well, we know the hand is now double Alistair Schism, right?
Yeah, we know the entire contents.
And we know they can't go Verte because they pitched Celestial last turn, right?
What? This is what we got it. We drew it. You just draw it. Just draw it. It's as easy as that, folks.
That's all we needed, yeah.
Oh, this is actually really, really bad for the invoked player for a number of reasons. The number one reason is equipping Redbeard here to Liss means that Liss can activate the effect to summon the Blackbeard, and then you have to choose if or you can use Liss to summon the Redbeard, and then Redbeard effect to go into Mowork to contest the Nibiru. Oh, the game is legit over. Oh my god, the game is actually over.
Yeah, there's literally no more plays.
Oh my god! This was played so well!
Yeah, really well done, considering the misclick.
You can fucking click end turn and win! Okay, so we do have to contest. Crazy. We do have to contest the Schism. It is going to be able to summon the Construct, because we do have the Winda and a bunch of lights engrave. But I mean, all we got to do to beat that is like either go into an early Blackbeard or a Redbeard rather, or just take it. Right, you lose the Liss, and then what? Like, what do they do from that position?
Yeah, like that is their only play. Wow, we have so many cards in hand.
Threatening end of main says, okay, whatever.
And like this is kind of the problem with IDS's format is just that like it doesn't really have the gas.
Yeah, it has no grind game to speak of.
Yeah.
All right, so goodbye to Liss and goodbye to Blackbeard. That's big, but hardly that big of a deal. Oh god, we drew Black Eyes for turn. That's a decent one. So we could go summon Black Eyes, pitch for Mowork to banish the Construct, and then Mowork adds Spell Trap, right? Yeah. So, we could just open the shipyard, or we could just open the shipyard. You know,
it's easy.
It's just the way it goes.
Wow, we actually just have everything here. That's kind of ridiculous.
There's no way this isn't lethal, right?
Yeah, surely this is game.
We go Shipyard, pitch Whitebeard, because we know the card in hand is Alistair,
Alistair.
Right? Yeah.
It's Alistair, yeah.
Wow.
Like, even if we can't game somehow,
no,
like, we can contest Alistair.
We can game. There's literally no way. We can just go, I mean, there's like a million ways. I'm just like running through them in my head. We can go, Mowork effect, Bran is what we're making here. Yeah, Bran equip Redbeard. 3/2/2 plus 15. That's lethal. We just have to Mowork here and we win.
Yep.
Oh my
wow.
Goodness gracious.
What an insane demonstration of the deck.
Coda.
This is crazy.
You're really doing it, man. This is wow.
Wow. And that's 85, yeah.
And we do have Booty. Booty is in the deck. We didn't get to see it this game. But But again, this is a really good matchup for Plunder. They go through every typing. They're not super explosive. You get to a grind game, and that's just exactly where you want to be. And Coda walks with it 2-1. Hard fought, both versus their opponent and literally versus the Edo Pro clients. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another round of Top Cut. We are now in the top 8 of the February 2022 Chalislime Monthly. I am joined once again by the one, the only Sir Eminon. How are you doing here today?
Doing pretty well. We got a wide variety of cool and interesting decks that have cleared into the top 8 somehow.
You are so positive. They're dog water. A lot of them are quite bad.
I think bad decks equate to fun decks this format, given how homogenized it is.
It is a little around the center. So the individuals who are still in that we are not going to be watching are an IDS player, that's Jason Leonard, versus Plunder Patrol, who we just saw. That's Coda, and best of luck to both of them. Whoever comes out is going to be in really good shape. That's another great matchup for the Plunder player as well, but Jason's a great player. The Pranked individual we watched at the very tail end of last round versus the Megalith Drytron deck, taking a new look at this archetype in the wake of the Ava ban. Dragon Link is criminally underrepresented, despite how good it is, versus a real glue-sniffing Eldritch deck, just Red Eyes Fusion Pass. But we're going to be watching Fluonderies, the deck with the highest percentage in Top Cut, the only one that cleared, who I believe was, if not undefeated, X1 in Swiss, versus a Lich deck that is, I guess I would say, reminiscent of the way that Synchron Lich used to look, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it is Cyberse Eldritch, which I am a big fan of actually in general, because you get to do some pretty cool one-card plays, like the one-card Cyberse Gadget or Firewall Guardian line ends you on Scythe DPE, which is what everyone else is doing, but the DPE interaction with the Eldritch cards is really sick. You get to play Magician Souls too, which is also revitalized by Illusion of Chaos, coming out from Battles of Chaos, and that synergizes, again, really well with not only the Eldritch package, but also the Adventurer package that has been making its way into that deck as well, shockingly enough. And yeah, it's just a big pile of really good cards.
I have just been told that I am very stupid, and 2 Fluonderies players cleared. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Well, that's more indication that maybe your deck choice is validated.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, it's a good deck. All right, I'm going to let them know that we are ready to start, and we will jump in as soon as they click that button.
I like how when Fluonderies got initially revealed, you're like, the deck's only okay.
Yeah.
And now you're like, yo, this deck is crazy.
It was only okay, and then they got the freaking quick play spell. That card's crazy.
True, yeah.
Well, it was that, and the entire format is trying to scythe lock you. So.
Yep. Just ignore the format is the motto of that deck.
All right, that deck really is gooffking.png, but the issue is it has a really rough time playing through anything. 55 cards on the Eldritch player side, so I imagine they have won the die roll in Cyberse Gadget. That's the best normal in the deck.
This card is really cool. Also, it can bring back hand traps if you're playing Veiler or Drollers, things like that, which is pretty funny.
So we're able to go into Link Disciple here, get the token off of the Cyberse Gadget, Link Summon, and then that, I believe, turns into the other half, Link Devotee.
Yep, and we can go ahead and cycle through cards with the Disciple, and then we get 2 tokens. Something that's interesting actually is that if you Gidi Crow the Devotee here, it operates very similarly to Benten, where you actually miss the window to be able to trigger.
That's super interesting. Oh, God, I remember doing plays with this in Generator, of all things. Back when Link Cross was legal, you could pretty much get away with anything if you Disciple Devotee.
Oh my, even opening the right as well.
It's pretty
opening
good.
Everything.
Ah, man. And, it's you see, this random stuff that stays on board, Journey of Destiny, Dracoback, and you just look at Magician Souls and you go, oh, I get it. I see what's going on here.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go Artifact Dagda, not surprisingly. We're going to go ahead and set a copy of Artifact Lancia. That's maybe cheating, but, at this point, these two have, I think, already played in tournament. And, nothing that says you can't use the information that you already knew.
Yeah, you might as well play to the matchup, because Scythe does literally nothing.
It's kind of weird because, Lancia, we have seen be okay all day versus Flu. It's a all right interrupter to some of their plays, but there are a lot of Fluandereeze setups that just do not care about it at all. Now, Lancia plus Wandering Griffin Rider, that might be a little different.
I think that, by itself, like, Lancia is all right, but paired with other interruptions, with DPE as well, which this deck makes too, yeah, it's going to be a rough road to toe.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, Lancia's fine, but it's got to be Lancia and something else. And this is something else. We haven't even seen an Eldritch card yet. Unfortunately, the Verte Anaconda means that we don't have the Magician's Souls line this turn. So we're just going to set one pass, and I would bet dollars to donuts that that's some sort of Eldritch something.
And you only need one.
Yep.
Because like this deck already has good follow-up with, DPE coming back and Celestial Draws and Journey of Destiny being a very stupid card.
In a lot of ways, this just feels like the natural evolution of like Adventure Eldritch, which was just like, I'll just put Adventure and Eldritch. And now it's like, well, if you're doing that, just put a normal summon in too. Done.
Just put in like literally every good engine legal in the game right now.
Right. There are 6 face-up cards on this Eldritch player's board, and neither of them are Eldritch cards. Why even call it an Eldritch deck? I don't know what you want me to call it. The same 4 engines everyone else is playing, except one of the cards is purple.
Yeah, you just gotta pick your different flavor of adventure at this point.
Yep. Call it Ghost Trick. Yeah!
True.
All right, so duality off of Prosperity is not ever really where you want to be.
Yeah, definitely not.
That's
well,
really
we found
rough.
map.
Map is just so bad versus Lancia opens.
Lancia, yeah, I imagine Lancia is gonna happen soon.
I would even consider just firing it now. Going for the duality here. Like, the worst case scenario is your opponent finds like a Chalice or something off of this.
I'm gonna banish a Light in the Dark.
And now you've kind of missed your window to do it, right? Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Rapid Boy, thank you for the 6. Dang, this Ghost Trick mirror go crazy. All right, there's map. That'll get either the Scythe proc or... yeah, this is really crusty because, like, DPE targeting the map is so good, too.
I'm gonna banish a Light in the Dark.
Yeah, well, we can pop Lancia pop map, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, Lancia's utility is that it stops the map from being effective. So now we're in a position where, like, if we have, like, anything to negate exactly the Griffin Rider, we can just do the full combo.
Oh, see.
And there's something. That's something right there.
This?
Yeah. So this is something that Chad has been trying to sell me on all day, and I'm trying. I think I might believe it. Simorgh, Bird of Extermination. So this is 2 chain blocks. It's a way to prevent your opponent from interacting with your Fluandereeze monsters, provided you do not have Fluandereeze in your banished zone already. So here we're going to be able to, at resolution of this effect, normal summon the Eaglin. We'll trigger the Eaglin, and the Simorgh, Bird of Extermination goes on the same chain.
Yeah. So you get to go ahead and send one. So I wonder what the target is.
In terms of the card you send or the card you add?
The card you send off of the
it's just another Bird of Extermination. You're just on 3 of this card.
Ah, I see.
This is really actually super frustrating because this might be the end of the game if you're the... it's going to be crusty because you still don't have like a really good way to resolve M-Pen, which is very important.
I mean, it's still gonna be awkward, yeah. Because do you have anything to chain block, given the fact that we're under Lancia?
With Lancia, it's difficult. So there's the field spell.
Oh, I remember people were like playing around with this like on day 1 builds of this deck.
They were playing around with it as the set rotation target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think here you have to get Apex Avion, which is just misery, but it does kind of resolve one of your big problems.
Also, it looks like they're saying in chat they accidentally have the timer on.
Greeno Jama Berry, thank you for the 5 gifties.
Okay, so we are adding M-Pen here.
Just a bad position to be in, though, right? Because like the M-Pen doesn't contest the Griffin 2800 defense, doesn't contest the Griffin Rider.
It's like you can try and use the battle effect, but you just get negated.
And because those went to grave and not banished, you can't even chain block the M-Pen. I don't even know if you go for it.
Exactly, yeah.
But as is, the M-Pen doesn't beat anything on board.
And this is what like Lancia is designed to do in this matchup. It's like it like curtails their follow-up, it prevents them from like chain blocking here. And like they can still play their engine, but if you have like enough follow-up to like clear through their board, which the Cyrus Eldritch player has like a lot established, it'll be fine to be able to like clear up the remaining bits and pieces.
Yeah, this is just it's too weak. I mean, this is kind of my problem with Simorgh Bird of Extermination is it's like, oh cool, we get 2 chain blocks, so our Robina and our Eaglin always resolve. It's like, okay, you also do need to resolve M-Pen, or you have to tunnel into an Apex Avion line, which is just, I mean, it's super weak in a scenario like this because it doesn't beat the Draco back. Gamba's up, chat.
I don't know, like the Simorgh Bird of Perfection would have to be something that like actually contests the board.
Yeah.
It's like basically non-engine.
This is...
Yeah, we have a lot to do here.
Yeah, this is pain. This is rough. I think they may be jumping out of this room after this game, just so that they can turn the timer on, and that's going to be a quick surrender.
Understandable.
I got to tell you, that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, for sure. You end on that much interaction versus Flunder, and a lot of the time you think, boom, I've done it. Like, the game is now done, right? And certainly you're pretty, you're not particularly well off. But, I mean, through, what, an Omni, the DPE, the Scythe Law, or the Lancia, rather, we almost got there. We were just 1 chain block off.
I mean, to be fair, the Griffin Rider didn't even actually like activate its effect at any point.
Yeah, well, the threat of the Griffin Rider was what did it. We would always have been M-penning there.
Yeah, like the purpose though of like that kind of end board, as is the case with like a lot of boards this format, is like less so about just auto winning the game necessarily, and more about like just putting him in a defense to have like insane follow up, and then just like OTK on the follow up turn.
Right. It's rough. Certainly the quick play spell would have really helped.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's weird too, because like the quick play spell doesn't do exactly what you want either, because you have to use it super reactively as they Lancia lock you.
Yeah, like you'll have like a very limited window to actually get value off of it. But yeah, moving to game 2 though. The thing with like playing 60 in the Cyrus Eldritch deck though is that like you have less of a chance of actually seeing the cards you kind of need to stop the Flunder Ace player.
Mm-hmm.
But the good news though is that there's like a lot of good easy side outs, like Scythe for instance.
Yeah. So this gets much worse for Flunder in games 2 and 3. But that's kind of always the case. If you're a Flu player, you are prepared for it.
A lot of like control or like back row oriented decks.
Yeah.
So I feel like right now a lot of decks don't really have a problem dealing with M-Pen actually. It's just mostly like Map and Dreaming Town.
Okay, so this is not really what you want to lead with.
Yeah, that is not the best normal.
Well, it wouldn't be Fluanderies if it didn't just randomly brick occasionally.
Oh, you can't even use the second effect of the field spell because this Simorgh's not a wind-winged beast.
Right.
Or is it treated as wind as well? It is.
It is.
Never mind. Yeah. Okay. Reading is hard.
Reading is fundamental. Uh-oh.
Okay.
No, come on.
Yikes.
Well,
That
that's flew under. And this is why I'm like not super sold on the Simorg thing. That's good. Is it's like a way to chain block if you have found Robina Eaglin. But I feel like this deck just doesn't have too much of a problem winning games where it goes first and has found Robina Eaglin. This is funny. We get to Featherstorm plus Anti-Spell Fragrance, but you know what an Eldritch deck has no problem doing?
Set 5.
Oh my god. We didn't see anything like this last time.
Yeah, to be fair, this could be a lot of spells like Right or like Sign Up Mining.
Right. Jeez.
But here's the issue where it's like you need to see a starter, and even though we have map and any bird gets there, we just didn't draw any.
If that card in hand is a Cyberse gadget that was off because of the storm, like that's the end of the game.
Yeah. Or just
wow.
the billion search cards that this deck plays. This deck plays a lot of search cards.
Whoa. That is really good.
I believe this deck also can play Prep to search the Illusion of Chaos as well to get to the Souls package more reliably.
Comedy. I'm getting Synchro Lich PTSD where your side cards systematically did nothing. Yep, it's a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It was like there's a combo half and like a back row half. It's like which one do you stop? Well, yeah, we had like all spells.
Sure. So we can use Eldritch here to crack the anti-spell fragrance and maybe go for a Brave line.
Yep.
It is just so funny that Eldritch is a removal spell.
Oh, this is just so much here.
And like one of the best removal spells too. Like not even like, oh, it's like okay, it comes up. It's
I'm gonna
a targeted send.
Wow, we literally just drew every spell. We drew every spell in our deck. Okay.
I guess that ASF was really crazy. The only problem was they didn't draw any normal summonable monster.
Yeah.
AJB, thank you for the 22. Oh wow, happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday. All right. So we haven't even used Fateful Adventure to search the monster yet.
No. Well, this is the last format with Hulk, guys. Do you see Hulk on this board?
Yeah, Hulk is problematic in other decks. This one does not play it. Well, it can play it, but doesn't rely on it. Okay, so we are now in a pretty simplified game state. And this is where Eldritch does thrive.
Whoa!
Oh, we can even just make Verte. Just make Verte.
Oh,
why not?
There's no. You don't have to do this.
Why not?
Yep. There's the FD.
Yeah.
Can we see a piece in hand? Let's go.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well,
okay.
That explains.
Wait. So if Eldritch wins this one with a hand that was Journey, Dracoback, Celestial.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know what to say other than that flu is terrible.
It just shows how insane a singular Foolish Burial plus Cursed Eldon can be.
Why would we even activate the map? I just don't understand. In case the exact next card is a flu?
Yeah, but you can just hold it, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
Oh no, it's because they had anti-spell, I guess. That's why. They had anti-spell.
Get Robina here.
You have to try.
It's just so rough because, like, this is like a line where if you get Robina, you're telegraphing your hand as ass. They know one of the cards in it, at least, is a Simorg. The DPE that usually does nothing now can pop one of the tribute materials for the M-Pen and just blank your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, third card map.
Oh.
Okay, wait, this could do it.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So we'll activate map. That's always getting the DPE here, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't imagine there's a world where you don't fire it.
But it's kind of bad because if that set card isn't negation, they can go... Well, no, they can't. I'm like, if the set card is a negation, they can get all the way to the barrier statue, which is like true, but not important.
Because, like, we could go Scarlet before the barrier statue hits the board, and then just attack over the barrier statue, and then main phase 2. If we can't clear the Fateful Adventure, we just do adventure stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna Scarlet
Or we can
now.
even just do
Yeah,
now.
You can't really do it in response to anything because like you have to shotgun it on the Rabina activation because the resolution of the Rabina effect could theoretically normal summon it.
Fair. Oh, I like this actually. They did that as well to keep the Enforcer out of grave so that they can't like Ostrich banish it.
This is kind of silly though. If you're Ellie, you can go, depending on how afraid you are, you can go like Rabina into Eaglin into Mega Ryza, ban it or spin the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer and put the Eldritch on top, like strand it there. Then you do have to contest with the Celestial, and you can't. I don't know if you can even put the. God, we're actually so close to lethal.
Is this true? The Eldritch player is pretty low.
Can we actually summon the Simorg after the Mega Ryza?
Ooh.
We're just getting M-Pen here, yeah.
Nah, you're just getting M-Pen. If we did stack the Eldritch, then like, that would also like make Celestial harder to actually resolve. Because like you can't clear your hand.
Right. Right, yeah, that actually does sound like the play.
Yeah. Well, but to be fair, like how reliably can Fuenderies clear Fateful Adventure with their engine?
Yeah, it's not really like
because you could like add and then pitch the Lord and then like
you would have to
Enchantress.
Oh jeez.
And then Celestial draw anyways.
Yeah, I'm running through it, but
yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like this deck just has like a stupid amount of follow up because like every engine is designed to play past turn 1.
Mm-hmm. We literally have no results from this round yet.
Yeah, it's an interactive format, guys, right? We added back the Eaglin. Did we resolve M-Pen yet? I don't think we did.
We have not, no.
It's like, what do you even grab here?
I am going to go grab a muffin. I'm starving.
All right. Go ahead and do that. We'll be solo casting. Hello, chat. All right. So here comes the City of Dreams. And we know that there's an Eaglin in hand as well. And chat also correctly pointing out that even if you were to stack the Eldritch, you could just dash or summon it. And then you could Celestial anyways. So there's like a million ways to play past this. Gonna go ahead and attack over this copy of DPE. Which was, to be fair, going to get destroyed off of Fusion Destiny anyways. This is game 2 currently. Thoughts on the lack of PK this tournament? Very interesting. I did not actually look at the representation. But yeah, I don't actually think PK is the best deck this format. But it is kind of surprising that none of them cleared. Cyber's Eldritch took game 1. So yeah, they're gonna set Dreaming Town and pass. Back comes the Enforcer. We did not draw anything to summon off a Dasher here. But we have like a billion lines to deal with this, because we can like Fateful Adventure to search Enchantress. We could pitch Enchantress, Banish to search for Right. But we already went through our Draco back, to be fair.
All right, what'd I miss?
Just setting Dreaming Town and passing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so here is Fateful Adventure. Gonna go and grab some more resources. All right, and we're gonna fire the Dreaming Town now.
So we'll go Eaglin.
Yeah, we can like Eaglin, add back Rabina, search, and then summon Rabina. Like, what do you even add here?
So here's where things get kind of crusty. Like, DPE interacts with this in a really bad way. And it can, depending on how you order your chains, like force one of your Flunders off the field before it gets a chance to activate its effect. So you got to be kind of careful here.
Well, here is the Mega Ryza.
We can go Rabina effect here. Ash.
Oh my god.
Oh,
okay.
what a draw.
That is a top. Okay.
What a
that
draw.
was a top pick. Okay. You hate to see it. Yeah. And that is the end of the game. All right.
Wow. Hey, everybody. Joseph Rothschild here, a.k.a. MBT, and I'm losing it, folks. It's time for the top 4 of the February 2022 Chalislime Monthly. We have 4 decks in contention. 2 Lich, 1 Flunder, 1 IDS. Who says Control is dead? Certainly not my co-commentator. Sir Emanon, how are you doing today?
Doing wonderfully. And, you know, I guess the best way to approach the format is just to completely derail it.
Man, I guess!
What we have. That's what we have here today.
Yep. So we've got 2 of these matches. One is the Eldritch Mirror, and I'm sorry, we're not watching that, chat. I'm so sorry.
I am upset. I want to watch Cyber's Gadget go bare.
I mean, you will likely get to see it regardless, because one of those 2 decks is going to make it into finals. The other is either going to be homosexual Chaz Princeton, who is playing Fluandereeze, or Cyber VX, a.k.a. Jason Leonard on Invoke Dogmatica Shadow.
Which flavor of normal summon do you prefer? The one that's existed for 5 years, or the one?
I think the new one is
recently come out?
exciting. I think there's a lot that the new one does that's interesting, and that's all there is to say about it. I think that it's really cool.
Oh man, activating maps, so cool.
Sometimes you normal summon without map, right? Sometimes you normal summon a Simorg, which is kind of the takeaway from this event, I think, is that maybe we should all be taking Simorg pretty seriously.
Yeah, like I'm like still having a hard time if like discerning if it is cope or if it's real, but it made it to top 4.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, it's not a huge sample size. Most of the Fluandereeze players were on this, and the deck could just be good with or without it.
Yep.
When did the Raid Raptor plus other Xyz shenanigans deck fall off? Immediately. So, Jason's going to be going first, and this is another weird one. Fluandereeze is a deck that really folds to like a couple of pieces of interaction, but no guarantee that you find those in a deck like this, right? We have seen multiple times over this tournament, Invoke Dogmatica Shadow just end on a Macabre and a Prayer, and that's not going to cut it for Fluandereeze. The other bad part about this matchup is that a lot of the way that they get over the top of a lot of these setups, using things like the power of a card like El Shaddai Winda, it's not really going to work against a deck that doesn't perform any special summons.
Yep. Well, here's a line that's pretty popular in this kind of scenario, which is where you summon Ecclesia, don't use the effect so you can get DPE online.
Yep.
In matchups where DPE trades very favorably, and this certainly is one of them.
Yep. So we're going to go Macabre here, and then at Resolution, we're going to activate the effect of Predaplan Verte Anaconda. We're going to have a monster negate, we're going to have a non-targeting pop, and we are going to have a shot at taking down Flunder. Now, notably, Flunder not only folds to a couple of pieces of interaction, it also sometimes just straight up bricks.
Yeah, and we'll see if there's like any additional hand traps on the side of the Jason Leonard.
All right, both in deck. Let's go.
Yeah, didn't draw either of them. That's a good start.
Well, if you didn't draw either of them, the question is, like, what's left in the hand? We know the Alistair, but If it's like an imperm, boy, that's killer.
All right. Nothing settable.
And if there was a deck that played like Effect Veiler, this would be it as well. Oh my gosh, they're still on Book of Moon. Oh my lord, wow. Okay, so most people have cut this card in favor of Advent of Adventure, but you do have a couple of flex slots, and if you want, you can still play it. Nothing's stopping you.
It is extra insurance and works pretty fine into this board specifically.
I'm actually kind of shocked to see the DPE book. They must have a plan for the Macabre.
Yeah. Maybe they have like a map to force?
It's got to be...
Oh, they might have Advent then. I feel like they have Advent if they're doing this.
Yeah, you would always negate this.
Yeah, there's no shot that you do this, like, and you don't have a plan. Oh, okay.
Could be leading with this just to
And then
show
do
off
map
afterwards.
Yeah.
If we have like the big boy in hand already. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Or maybe they have an Ash Blossom. All right, maybe you've already drawn the map.
Maybe we have a
Or
pot
maybe
card?
the game is
No.
over. Maybe that is the end of game 1.
Huh.
That's Flunder.
Interesting.
Could play through 2 pieces of interaction, but not 3.
I also like that the DPE didn't get destroyed there.
Yeah. Oh, wait, it does because of FD. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
All right, we don't have to do much to get to lethal here. Invocation plus the Ash Blossom Engrave does it, I believe.
Yeah, this should be a game for sure. Even like second Macabre. Yeah, second Macabre would be game because that's exactly 8,000 on board.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this turned out to be a pretty uneventful game 1.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy about it. Do you want to like go get some McDonald's or something after this?
Yeah, sure.
I just woke up from a 15-year coma. I can't wait to play with my favorite mechanic in the game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Normal summoning. Well, I've got fantastic news.
Normal summoning is at a premium.
It's decent.
That's why everyone's playing Adventure, right?
Yeah. All right, so Gamba up. What do you all think? Will Fluanderies be able to do it?
Can they run back the reverse sweep, given the fact that one of these games will have to go second?
Seems unlikely, but could happen.
Could happen. All right, well, if you are IDS, you can easily side out like Schism.
You've got a lot of stupid bullshit that don't do nothing.
Yeah, like if you're main decking Nibiru, you can like board that out. You can like put in Lancia if you're not main decking it.
Mm-hmm. And if you're Flunder, you know, you now get to go first, so that's something.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate part about Flunder is like they have so many really good options going second. Like things like Evenly Matched and Dark Ruler No More, Nibiru. I mean, all these just insane haymakers. Going first, I mean, you're pretty much pre-boarded to go first.
Yeah,
and,
you're playing the same deck, yeah. Unless if you're like siding, I don't know, like Harpy's Featherstorm or like
you maybe take the books
Anti-spell.
out, like depending on how much you fear Infip and Veiler.
Yeah, you would probably keep those in this matchup because like it's IDS. They're gonna play like a ton of those hands.
Oh,
that is the Flunder hand, all right.
Yes,
That is
I
Flunder hand.
fucking love Flunder. Oh,
Wow.
this is my favorite deck of all time.
I'm glad
Right.
that every time we show this deck on stream, it literally devolves to this. Either summon Simorg pass with anti-spell, Harpy's
That's a
Featherstorm,
pretty
or
good
Barrier
one.
Pass.
Okay, all right, okay, we're
Okay.
playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
All right, well, only for them to reveal they have Alistair anyways. And they
I
can
mean,
just
it's
crash.
Jason Leonard. Like they 100% have
Yeah.
Alistair.
Or we can like just summon Ecclesia.
Ecclesia would do it too. They drew
Just the
Dreaming Town and
Alistair.
will interrupt with Ryza on enemy turn Copium. But that's a decent one.
Okay,
That's
all right.
that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that is we are gaming. Well, the good news is that Maximus is pretty bad against this matchup. So
you definitely just Entis pop the back row, right?
yeah, we Entis pop back row here.
It's the second cosmic.
even. Sure.
I love this deck.
Why not? You know.
Okay, so we go Ecclesia. We can add punishment, and you just win the game from here, right? Walk in.
Pretty much. Like the game state is so simplified now.
You have 5 cards to your opponent's 3.
Yeah.
Flunder is a slightly more consistent Monarch. More consistent. Are you watching this?
And like the worst part about this is that like Jason could easily have like Fusion Destiny in hand that he couldn't use.
Yeah,
just
like the
given
crackback is going to
circumstances.
be unbelievable.
FD Alistair. Like all right. Well,
There's
we have
Stree. Maybe it was maybe it was a
Stree.
hand that works, but we couldn't use it because it was Stree plus Eaglin. Huh?
maybe.
Huh? Yeah. It could happen.
All right. Banishing the Entis.
Advent of Adventure.
Okay.
Oh, this does it. Oh my god, it was Ryza.
That
That's a pretty
okay
good
and
Ash
Ashbot. All right. GG. That's
I love this deck. I love this deck.
This is game.
Oh my god! All right, let's just
Jason could
windmill
literally
some of that,
attack
dude.
with Ecclesia for the next 7
Yep,
turns.
there we go.
Right? It doesn't matter. We have
That'll
second
do it.
meltdown. Sure.
You quite literally cannot win from this position.
Yeah, it's actually impossible.
Let's see what the channel point spread was. 32% of you made a bad financial decision today.
Well, I applaud your bravery.
The good news is we might be able to catch game 1 of the Eldritch Mirror.
Yeah, true. True. Wow.
Oh, come on. This isn't necessary.
It's funny.
It is funny. How
It's
much
also
is this?
game.
Is this actually lethal?
Yeah, because you make Makaba, you make Enforcer, you add back Alistair Boost, and they pop the...
That's
switch
5k,
and-
55, 65. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's-
is exact lethal.
It's game.
Oh, man. I'm
Wow.
sorry, homosexual Chaz Princeton. You know, Jason Leonard, I met him a couple of times. He didn't strike me as an ally. You know, he was... Oh, geez. This is
Well,
a rough one.
a wise YouTuber once said, "This is a penis deck."
I mean, listen, watch this game and tell me Flunder is not a penis deck. Like, this is... It's so clearly a penis deck. I don't know how else to describe it. Oh,
All right,
man.
well, we'll get him in game 3.
We'll get him in finals. I am actually really excited for finals. I think that it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I want the Cyber Eldritch deck to win so badly.
Oh
I
no,
don't want- I do
1,000,000%.
not
Oh, if it's Glue Eldritch, we are just not watching. I'm
if
calling
it's
it.
if it's Dragoon versus Alistair, we have literally
We
regressed.
have
the past 2
regressed to
years.
monkey.
It
Yeah.
has been 2 years where nothing has happened.
Well, folks, this is it. 8 rounds of Swiss, 4 rounds of Top Cut have brought us to this moment. After so many intensely powerful, exceptionally strong combo decks duking it out against each other in Battle Cruiser Yu-Gi-Oh!, we have whittled it down to the 2 best decks of the format. Eldritch and Invoked. Emanon, are you quitting Yu-Gi-Oh?
Hey, it's been a great year. 2020 has been rough. You know, we've had the start of the pandemic.
That's true.
You know, like it's been tough, but I'm sure by like say 2022 things will be fine, right?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the bad news. Yes, it's 2 control decks in finals. There's not a lot we can do about that other than, you know, actually commentate a match like we are paid so much money by Twitch.tv to do. But second, one of these decks is not really a control deck. Parasite's Cyberse Eldritch list is pretty much just Brave, except they took all the bad cards out and they replaced them with good cards. It's like a really interesting like combo-oriented take on Eldritch that really reminds me a lot of Synchron Lich back in the day.
Yeah, I think this deck's actually based. The introduction of the Magician's Souls package is really, really good for the deck.
Yep.
Being able to like not play bricks, like that's really good. You have more ways to get access to it. It works so well with like Fateful Adventure and the Draco back. Just being able to like re-equip itself is really, really silly. You have like insurance plays, and you also have 1-card combos, like everything you pretty much want. But you know what else has 1-card combos? Alistair, baby.
I fucking love Alistair the Invoker. All right, so normal summon Alistair here. We're going to go ahead and get a copy of Invocation for deck to hand. We're going to link off for a copy of Almiraj. No, we're not doing any of that shit.
Ooh, doing Prosperity now. This kind of plays around Lancia, which is pretty good. So yeah, just trying to dig for Dogmatica stuff.
It makes sense to be playing around Lancia. You know that your opponent is main decking it from a couple of games that we've seen on camera.
This is true, yeah. Another way to like play around Lancia is like if you hard draw Maximus, you can like go Almiraj into Security Gardener, and then before you fire Invocation, you just summon Maximus. Like don't use the effect, but like just summon it, and then activate Invocation. All right, those are some pretty decent ones. We're gonna take the Fusion Destiny.
That's a really strong one, yeah.
It's all right. It's decent.
Gamba is up. We're going to go into Almiraj into a Secure Gardener, and then we'll fire off that Invocation.
Wow. Man, I cannot think of a more cool original play.
Do you remember the first time you saw someone do this?
Yeah, it was actually kind of cool.
I was like, whoa! I wonder if that'll be like
Alistair, 1 card?
A
Wow.
meta-defining interaction for the next 9 years.
We don't have to play Wind Witch cards anymore. Crazy.
Don't remind me of the dark days.
Wonder Wand, send Alistair to draw 2.
Excellent. Really, really exceptional right here.
Wait. Okay, yeah.
It was 1 in hand.
I thought it was both in hand for a second. I was like, whoa. Just 1. Okay.
All right, now let's see what Eldritch has to say about this. So Eldritch has a really funny interaction with exactly DPE, which is you can send the DP.
Oh my god, Mining Pitch Enchantress?
That's decent. Oh, that's decent.
There's actually so many good cards to pitch. Every Eldritch card and Enchantress. Oh my god.
Dotscaper, pretty good.
Oh, that's so disgusting. Oh, this also like kind of plays around the DPE a little bit. You get some value.
Speaking of play on the DP, yeah. Okay, so now you have to chain DP, pop your own meltdown. Like, see, that's the way you get out of this. And now, if we have 1 more spell in hand, we can get over the Macabre in combat.
Oh, this is
all right. Let's see how far we can get with a Dotscaper.
Yeah, I mean, Dotscaper by itself is full combo. Okay. There's a set card for the Eldritch.
I love Eldritch so much.
Oh, playing Small World as well.
Why not? You know, the whole deck is just engines.
Play every good card.
So, what's the punish here? If it's a spell and then 2 Alistairs. That's the punish.
No, honestly, I think if you're Jason, you just let the Macabre go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You use your battle phase, you like try again next turn. You have DP follow-up.
But it's like a weird scenario because, like, yes, you have to let it go because it's just no value to, like, send the Alistair to die here and 2-for-1 yourself. But, like, your next turn is going to be so goddamn boring. It's going to be normal summon Alistair. If you're lucky, Ecclesia. Okay, Ash Blossom is a good start, but we still have the Dotscaper.
It's fine, yeah, but, like, you have to play against Scythe.
Like, you are going to have to play against, like, at least a Scythe Lock.
Scythe DPE. And what did we send? We sent a Conch. Okay, so we didn't send like.
So we don't have. I don't think. Yeah, we don't have a piece of interruption this turn off the Eldritch engine, but whatever.
Yeah, it's all about just the inevitability at this point.
Just like trying to rationalize. Actually, DP Scythe could lose if we don't find Conquistador. Maybe we should bring back Maxi. This shit would have never happened in Master Duels.
Well, You say that, and then Drytron's still like one of the
that's
best
true.
decks. Yeah, I can't wait for like Burst of Destiny.
Oh!
Ooh.
Okay. Nibiru plus Al. Okay.
That's Nibiru, Alistair, and DB coming back. So
Oh.
last card has to be really good for Parasite. Like really good.
That was like the best possible card that could still be in the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle to think what actually gets him out of this at this point. That was an exceptionally clutch Nibiru.
Like hard draw on FD, but even that's not that good because they just force it with their DPE, with Jason's DPE. Sure.
Stop. Completely unnecessary.
Bounce the Rouge.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
All right. Cool.
Wait, and that's it. Wow.
Yeah,
Jason's
that's
definitely going to take game 1 off of this.
Yeah. Well, see, at minimum, putting that back in the hand makes it harder to Celestial.
Oh, okay.
So we can still do this Copium.
We probably have to DPE the rock, right?
If we have no way to get over it.
This is a sick Alistair. Wow. You get to banish the Eldritch here. It's very funny.
Yeah.
If you drew a trap off the top, you win here.
It has actually been 5 years since this card has been released.
Alistair?
Alistair, yeah. It has literally been 5 years. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! At its finest.
You know, I agree. A lot of purple cards that have just been chilling.
Just normal summoning.
Oh. Oh, wait. Is AJD's lethal? How much is this?
45, 55. We don't have another fusion, though, do we? To banish to boost. And we have to deal with Scarlet. It was 5 years and 2 days ago. Perfect.
Well, if it's a trap in hand, we are in a position where we probably cannot lose. Set 1 combat.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of weird that we went for this instead of just like DPE pop the token and then like go for Makaba, banish the Eldritch.
Yeah. You know, it might be that he banished the other Makaba because that was a 6 Prosby.
True. Yeah, that's possible.
Summoning the Eldritch back from grave here.
I guess might as well. Well, watch they top deck the other Eldritch.
Do they have? What if they only play one Eldritch? Here, give me a second. Let me check. That would be so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It is kind of bad to draw.
Legitimate comedy.
Whoa, Jason popping his own Imperm. Valuing the damage more highly. I don't know. I think I'd be pretty happy with like setting Imperm there.
There's no scenario in which he like he has. Yeah, I was gonna say he's like double Alistair and he's trying to like keep him off of Verte. No, there's no way.
Maybe that doesn't seem good. You just Imperm the Verte. Okay, well, Eldritch is gonna have to pull a miracle here to win.
Yeah, so that's a good start. We can go ahead and set like a hawk or something. Yeah.
Do you DPE pop this just to like prevent Lord from coming out?
Yeah, probably. It doesn't feel good for sure, but like if they invest their last card into Eldritch, then like you're fine. You're in like a great, position.
You still have Alistair. Only 4 cards in extra deck though.
Yeah, I hate the 6 material Prosby for this reason. It's just so hard to keep up.
Yeah, it's weird because like you want to see like a very specific card that you're missing because there's like so much redundant access to things like Alistair. Like you want to see like more options,
All right,
but
Parasite is
I
going
guess
to
it doesn't
surrender
matter. All right, it doesn't matter.
All right, 1 down for Jason.
Yeah. Wow. Have we really progressed all this way as a society just to see Alistair win in 2022?
I'm going to cry. I'm like legitimately going to sob.
This is what this game has come down to.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
You know
not
what?
for nothing. It's not the worst.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if anything, this shows that like a deck that doesn't play Scythe or Adventurer can still win. Opium.
Okay, so this time
For
the
it's
Eldritch
worth,
player's
like,
going to be going first.
In votes, I still think is like pretty fair, all things considered.
Yes,
but...
finally, souls.
Oh, there we go. We haven't seen this all day.
Oh, and my food is here. All right, you're going to have to solo cast the souls. Give it your all,
right,
buddy.
We got this. Don't worry, I got you. All right, so Souls is really sick with Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos is the card that searches the souls, so it eliminates a brick.
Or it doesn't
do
shit.
Things. But yeah, like this, which is sending Eldritch cards. So the Souls is gonna get negated by Imperm. It's not like awful. We just normal summon a Cybers monster and we're back in it. Or like activate an Enchantress. Or normal summon Ash to go for Verte. You do what you gotta do. So this is DPE plus Conk, which is okay, but hardly unbeatable. So we're going to go end phase, activate the Conquistador. We're going to set Scarlet. And, I mean, Jason, if he draws Alistair, he can actually force quite a lot of this. Because like, if you like DPE pop itself, then like you play into Algides pretty hard. And there's the Alistair, of course. I'm pretty sure Jason has literally drawn Alistair every game he's been on stream. Just phenomenal. DB is going to be fired now just to, I guess, get Jason off of a light for Makaba, which isn't bad. Yeah, he's going to have to pop like his own Verte. Or like something else. It's like popping Enforcer here is just going to out your whole engine. I mean, to be fair, the Parasite still has like Eldritch to work with right now, but it's going to take a long time to like apply pressure. Oh, popping? Oh, hard drawing Scythe. All right, that changes the equation quite a bit. Hard drawn Scythe is very good here. All right, so Scythe is gonna come down. That pretty much nullifies everything here. I'm kind of surprised they popped Verte. Although, to be fair, Verte would have just gotten attacked over anyways. All right, so does Jason have Dogmatica plays? It looks like the answer is no. And a pass here. So DBE gets destroyed, and we can activate the Effect Engrave. Nothing like a Called by the Grave or anything. And Scarlet at end phase as well. So, depending on what Celestial can draw, this could actually be game for Cybers Eldritch. Gonna Conquistador here as well for the extra body, popping the Alistair as well. And as long as Parasite plays around like Nibiru, they should be fine. This is a lot of damage already. 25, 25, 22, 500 is what? 55 plus 22 is 77. So they're 300 away from a lethal. Gonna Draco back equipped to the Conquistador, which is a really cool interaction because it is in fact a normal monster or a non-effective monster, so you can bounce the back row. And then pretty much anything that Celestial can draw into that puts pressure on board just wins the game instantly. So we will see. Even if actually like Celestial gets ashed, it's fine because we can link away Lord plus Conquistador into any link 2 that's higher than like 5 or 300 or sorry 800. Or actually, it doesn't even matter what the attack stat is because we can like Lord bring back itself after banishing Scarlet from Grave. So yeah, just doing the math here. And there is not even an Ash Blossom. So do we... And actually, we could also even just like link away Conquistador for like, I think Link Spider's 1,000 attack, right? And there's the Dotscaper. All right. So this should be pretty easy cleanup. We could literally even make like Lingeribo if we wanted to. Or Nightmare Phoenix. Yeah, anything works. Yeah, again, just as long as we don't play into Nibiru. Actually, there could be a Fleur-de-Lis in hand to like block some damage now that there's an extra deck monster in the field. But looks like battle phase is clear, so that's not happening. And
okay, I don't know where the guy is.
What's up?
I don't know where the food is. Where are we?
Rip. Cyrus Eldritch wins the game.
Okay, well,
we're going to game 3.
Oh God, I hope I don't miss game 3. It was all a bait. Oh, and of course, as soon as I say that, they call me. Okay, give me a sec.
It's okay. I will usurp your tournament. Guys, if you're enjoying this tournament, if you're watching the VOD here on YouTube, please subscribe to the MBT Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Follow him on Twitch. Links are in the description below. Definitely go ahead, show him some love. The CSM is hosted every month. If you want to, get in on signups early, definitely support him on Patreon as well. And yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta do the twitch.tv/MBT Yu-Gi-Oh. That is the link. Right, so game 3 really boils down to if Invoked draws the outs to the Scythe combo. We haven't actually seen the Scythe combo resolve in this game. Actually, wait, no. Invoked's going first. What am I saying? Invoked is going first. So, will Eldritch draw things like Lancia to stop the Invoked engine? Really sort of depends, because like both of these decks have the capacity to grind. It just depends on what engines they see, because both of them are playing like an amalgamation of different engines. So Prosperity coming down here for Jason. They're going to begin with a pretty solid start. Oh, right. Joseph did not click cancel to move to the next game. Well, this is going to be a radio final. You're going to have to trust me on the play-by-play. Just trust me, bro. Right, so Jason started off with Prosperity. He's going first. And he is choosing what to banish, actually. Taking quite a bit of time here. Deciding, I believe, between 3 and 6. He is going to banish 6 here. And the reveals are going to be Schism, Dasher, Ash, Impermanence, Impermanence, Maximus. Those are really bad. 0 starters in that hand. If he has an Ash in hand, he might take the Maximus to go like normal Ash, make Almirage into Security Gardener, into banish for Maximus, and just hope that it's good enough. He is going to take the Ash Blossom and put the rest back to the bottom. So Jason is literally normal summoning Ash Blossom. I wish you guys could see this, but he's actually unironically summoning Ash to go into Almirage. Oh, this is amazing. This is the best finals of a CSM ever. Alright, he's going to then go into a copy of Secure Gardna and then activate the Ecclesia that he has in hand. Will he activate Ecclesia effect to go search, or is he... Well, he actually can't go into Verte because of Secure Gardna, so he is planning on activating the effect of this Ecclesia. I hope you guys are enjoying this podcast finals. You're gonna search the Maximus here. So actually, the play did end up how I prescribed, just in a different order. So Ecclesia searched Maximus here. The board is currently Secure Gardener plus Ecclesia. There is an Almirage Engrave, so he's gonna go ahead and banish that for the Maximus. And now Maximus gets to go ahead and banish. I wonder if we kept our Maximus targets with the Prosperity. I guess that's why he spent a fair amount of time deciding on what to banish for Prosperity. Because if this was the line, then you do have to keep some things that do retain value. And so, gonna go ahead and send Titaniclad and Abclone off this Maximus. And then Parasite is gonna send IP Masquerena and a copy of Link Devotee. We're gonna trigger the effect of this Abclone here. And we're going to grab a copy of Shadal's Schism, and then send a copy of Token Collector to the grave. So side it in here for the Adventurer package. And then Jason is going to set one, presumably the Schism, before passing and going to Titaniclad. Welcome back. We are doing a radio podcast because you did not click cancel and they cannot see the game.
Oh my god, okay. Hey everybody. Sorry about that one. We are now caught up once again.
It's okay. Honestly, you might want to leave in the podcast part because it was pretty funny. All right, so we know that there's a Schism set on the side of Jason, and he pitched a Token Collector off of the Abclone effect, so that nullifies the Brave Engine.
Oof, that's pretty good.
And now, taking some time here to decide on what Cyber's Eldritch wants to do. Because, like, if you activate Souls, you just walk right into a window. Okay, the alternative is just to activate Fusion Destiny. Fair enough.
Well, that's one summon.
Yeah, that is one summon, and it trades pretty well in a rare hand from Jason that did not see Alistair.
Okay, and I imagine we will be firing the DPE here.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to activate DPE, otherwise we just lose to Schism.
And we may just lose
which we knew about.
Fleur-de-lis.
Yeah, we knew about that because it was searched off the Titaniclad. And now, goodbye, DPE.
Oh man, Schism is just such an incredibly powerful card, pretty much for this reason.
Yeah, just resend, because why not?
Well, it's got to be something ridiculous. That is potentially something ridiculous.
Like, what does this even get you, though? Because, like, we can't summon anymore for multiple reasons.
Why can't we?
We are under Fusion Destiny.
Ah, yes.
And also Winda is on
I was
the
like,
field.
we still have our Winda summon. Oh, right. Fusion Destiny has text on it. Right.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
So I guess pretty much the only saving grace is, like, if you draw just, like... Not even if you draw a lot of Eldritch cards, because, like, you have to deal with Winda. Like, maybe you try and Small World into Golden Lord to, like, out the Winda, and then, like, play with the Eldritch engine. Wow, actually going for it. Oh, we don't get to see the bridge? Oh, that's lame. Okay, so here we go. Winda has been sort of dealt with. We had to get rid of Conquistador for it. If we can live for next turn, we can resolve Celestial and try and claw our way back.
But that's like a big if.
Yeah, it's a big if. And also we weren't able to clear Maximus, but to be fair, Jason has 4 cards left. Normal Summon Enchantress.
I don't think this will do much.
This doesn't really do anything. It trades with Secure Gardener. Okay, well, Jason is functionally playing pure Dogmatica right now, so... Actually, the funny thing is that Secure Gardener is the light for Construct if he wants to go that route. Okay, set Scarlet Pass. Does Jason draw Alistair?
Bad player detected. Bad player detected.
Nope. We'll get a normal Veiler to make Verte instead. Sure.
Good enough.
Unless if he banished it off of the Prosperity, which he did not.
3 cards left in extra. If you can out this board, you literally win this game, Parasite. There's no coming back from this.
Yeah.
If that card in hand is like a Veiler, oh.
Okay, we're gonna summon Ecclesia for 1500 more damage. I imagine we're not activating the effect.
That'd be very funny, right?
It'd be funny to summon Verte, activate Ecclesia, and then realize that you can't activate Verte afterward. But yeah, just summoning this as a body.
It's Veiler!
Oh, it was actually Veiler. Wow.
Ooh. Okay, well, now we have a bit of a problem. So,
okay.
The Scarlet Sanguine probably prevents us from dying, and then on the follow-up turn, you have to contend with Aquamancer. Like, this might be
Enchantress
winnable?
Enchantress is manageable because there is Token Collector.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is going to be tough. I mean, you could, like, I guess, go for Fateful Adventure to get Griffin as, like, a 2k body copium.
That is hard copium. This is a great Scarlet Sanguine here, though. Like, you can't even leverage the Schism in order to get the guy off field in combat just for damage. We're only taking this 15.
Yeah, kind of surprising that that Jason attacked with Fleur-de-Lis first.
Mm-hmm.
Could have attacked with Ecclesia and then boosted. But yeah, we have Celestial and Grave. We might be able to claw our way back in a little bit.
What is the worst drawn deck, do you think? Nibiru?
For Parasite?
Yeah.
I mean, if you draw Nibiru, you just dash or summon it.
What do you think that's what he's thinking about? Is that why we're in draw phase still?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to.
Oh, we're doing it. It's Veiler.
Oh, it was a hand. Okay, well,
I mean, still, you do have to do that.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much it's now or never. Putting it in a tap position, literally no fear.
This is what are you going to do to me?
Literally no fear whatsoever.
Okay, so there's no way that there's still a construct in the extra, right? 3 cards, banished 6. It's such a juicy banish.
Yeah, no way.
All right, Aquamancer here.
Yeah, Enchantress to get right. We can activate right just to deck thin, like by putting the Fateful face up.
So, like, the problem with Token Collector outside of it being broken as hell is that it's a body. And, like,
yeah,
there's a non-zero chance that there's, like, some stupid bullshit, like, maybe not like a, an access code, but something similar. The Token Collector triggers the journey.
Yep. So now we can add the Draco back to hand.
Mm-hmm.
We can set Draco back.
We have a Lich. So we can go like Draco back, Celestial, Lich. If we've got any rank 2, we can probably clear 2 or 3 of these guys. Do we play Hulk? Yeah, I think this deck plays Hulk.
Yeah, this deck probably should be playing Hulk. Okay, we're gonna Fateful first. Probably just to, get a follow-up Enchantress.
Oh, pitching
Ooh,
Draco back here. We're going to
pitching
normal the
Draco.
Enchantress.
So we're gonna normal Enchantress for the body, I suppose.
All right, now we can
Interesting.
Celestial. I don't know. If you get like 2 decent traps, you're in such a good position.
Yeah.
What's our graveyard looking like? Pretty good.
Pretty decent.
If we have
Not
like the
bad.
Hulk Celine line in here, this is just it, right?
Yeah, you get to clear a lot of the board. I don't know if it's game though.
I mean, it's effectively game. Like the 3-card extra is just such a bad position to be in if you're the invoked player.
Definitely.
What's the last card in Jason's hand? It's simple. Nibiru.
Oh god. If you Nibiru in this board state, like you're never clearing that.
Yeah, that token is just gonna live forever. What if it's Nibiru plus he did have Construct?
That'd be insane. Yeah, I think if repairs that you just have to go for game. Or like do as much as you can this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Nibiru can't even activate right here because Token Collector's on board.
Mm-hmm. So if we have Hauk, we can just go like these two for hand trap for a unicorn for an access plus Eldritch. That's only 2 pops. So that's not lethal.
Yeah.
Or is it lethal at all, actually?
Well, actually, we have... What do we have in grave? Oh, making Dagda instead. Interesting.
Oh. That's a good one. If we want, we
Yeah,
can
I was
go
gonna
like...
say the Devotee
Oh.
that was sent to grave off the Maximus actually provides an extra attribute, which is funny. But
So maybe we aren't playing Hauk.
maybe we're not.
We can bounce back. Geez, there's not like a really good bounce back here.
You can like
Token collector?
Yeah, if we didn't like write early, we could like spin back token collector and do like adventure stuff.
We can go Lich and Graves sending Journey. And then like we have Lich plus Conk. Wow, why are we not sending Journey? Valuing Journey over Walk? I guess.
I guess it's because like on the next turn it's like pretty good because there's already an Enchantress in grave, so like this gets Griffin Rider and stuff.
This eats this plus like if you do this, go to combat, access code, you eat the whole board.
Yeah. You might not want to do access code though. Well, I guess you could because you send away Walk Harris to get Scarlet anyhow.
Right.
So yeah, this does in fact clear everything. Actually, I do favor Cyber Lich now.
No, I think as soon as turn passed back, they were in a commanding position.
Yeah, because pretty much the Journey of Destiny, like it threatens that like Jason has to deal with it somehow. Because with the Enchantress engrave, like it's just gonna be a lot next turn.
Valor, the last card. Wow.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Holding Valor for the access code instead of dropping it on the unicorn.
Yeah. So we get to set. So now we have, Sanguine Conch. These two don't out access code on their own.
Yeah, we're gonna need something else.
A-lister, one-time A-lister. I'm begging you.
Alistair one time. Alistair actually like breaks a lot of this board.
And it can't be Magical Meltdown. It has to be Alistair.
Wow, and Jason saying you got it, GG's.
Whoa! Holy guacamole!
Crazy.
What a sick list and what a sick finish for Parasite, our 2022 February Chalislime monthly champion. Wow! Eldritch, man. I'm calling this Eldritch, though.
I mean, Eldritch did a fair amount there.
It gave it some inevitability that it would not have had otherwise, but a really, really fantastic deck. Really interesting take on the kitchen sink full of garbage ass engines, and I hope that it catches on. It's
awesome. Really cool to see this deck evolve a lot, because it can be anything from just all in stun to this amalgamation of just every good engine that's currently legal. So props to Parasite for the victory, and also congrats to Jason for proving that Alistair is still insane in 2022 somehow. And yeah.
I guess that's it.
Shouts to Joseph. Shouts to Joseph for letting me solo cast the first turn.
Shouts out to grubhub.com. Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate the almost 1,000 of you that stuck around to the very bitter end. Big thanks to the community for always coming out and making these so special. Huge thanks to Sir Eminon for the massive work you do casting and actually knowing these cards, which is not something I can say for myself. And of course, big thank you to Rebby for her massive amount of work tabulating all of this. I don't know. Got anything else?
I think we are good to go here. Everybody buy out Alistair.
Yeah, ban Alistair,